and welcome back to In the Slant. My name is Brady, and today, as always, I'm joined with Alex. We're only going to be doing a two-man show today. We are going to be without Dustin and Jared. We're recording this on September 8th at 7:40 p.m. our time. So last night we had the Lions versus the Chiefs, and of course we have some football coming to us on Sunday and Monday. Before we go any further, how are you doing? And I will say, by the way, this is the second time recording this because the first time around, Alex's mic was off, which is my bad. So
it's all me too,
we're running
bro.
it back.
All right, like I said, I'm good. I'm tired. I'm very happy. I have a day off tomorrow, so I'm here to talk some football. So Brady, how are you doing? I already asked you.
Yeah, we're literally recapping everything we just did.
Oh,
so I'm doing good, man.
Yeah.
Sucks that we're restarting, but it's all good. We'll do this all over again now when we have a video to post. But as I said, it started last night. Football started last night. Lions versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And I got to say, man, shout out to the Detroit Lions.
Shout out.
Man, what a game it was last night. Biggest takeaways, obviously, from the Detroit Lions side of things. As I said, we just literally talked about this. We might shrink it down a little bit from what we just said. But the Detroit Lions, man, absolutely amazing start to their season. Obviously, there's the whole asterisk thing you could put on there, like Mike Tirico said, where you could say, oh, the Chiefs didn't have Kelsey, they didn't have Chris Jones, and Alex and I did choose the Chiefs to win this one. In fairness, though, we did choose it before the Kelsey news even occurred, so that was kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. But the biggest thing is, let's start with the Chiefs side of the ball. No hands for the receivers, man, especially Kadarius Toney.
Golly.
Absolutely just so bad. All around, the Chiefs offense was just not it's not what we're accustomed to. Obviously Kelsey, I think they said something like that he hasn't missed a game in like 2 years or something crazy like that. I didn't even really realize that how durable he was until they said that, which makes sense now that they did say it. But Mahomes, only 226 yards last night, 2 touchdowns, did have an interception. Of course, that interception wasn't really his fault, although I will say he could have had more picks. CJ Gardner-Johnson dropped a few that I feel like he could have gotten. Maybe one, maybe a few was a little bit of a stretch. But there was definitely one, and there was like another one I feel like that there could have been an interception. Regardless, though, obviously the interception was the pick six. Kadarius Toney had a ball right in his hands. Tips off to Brian Branch, who did get hurt in this game as well, which sucks. But what's your biggest takeaway as far as the Chiefs are concerned, other than their receivers? They missed Kelsey.
Yeah, so like we're recapping all this. So biggest takeaway is I'm not a Chiefs fan, so this does not sound biased at all. Travis Kelsey and Chris Jones not being on the field has shown the presence and the significance of them not being there. They should be there. I feel like the outcome of the game would have been a little bit different. I will say the defensive coordinator,
Steve Spagnuolo.
Steve Spagnuolo had a great game. 14 points. Detroit Lions offense is pretty stacked up. Let's just be honest. Jared Goff is not just some average Joe. He's played in the Super Bowl. He knows how to play the quarterback position. There was a significant call. So, granted, I missed most of the game because I was at work. It was like 4th and 2nd, 4th and 3rd. Justin Reed did some type of stunt blitz, deflected the pass, turnover on down. The Chiefs had a chance to drive the ball. The first play, Kadarius Toney drops a pass for a first down. It was like 3rd and 10, deep ball to Sky Moore, great catch, holding on the offense, and then it was 4th and 25. And for some crazy reason, Andy Reid decides, let's go for it. And Patrick Mahomes just throws the ball down the field. There was a good chance of Sky Moore catching the deflection pass. Obviously, it's pretty tough when you're in the moment and you're not thinking that's going to happen, but that's really my biggest takeaway from the Chiefs. I didn't get to watch the full game, but from what I've been told through the grapevine, my buddy was at the bar watching it. The Chiefs need help. The Chiefs need help, dude.
Yeah, man. That's obviously, since they traded away Tyreek Hill, the biggest thing is not having a wide receiver one. But Kelsey has obviously had the pressure of that being on his shoulders, and he's done a great job of that, of course. But yeah, last night, MVS was the leading receiver with 2 receptions for 48 yards. So yeah, just absolutely all around really disappointing. Even Isaiah Pacheco, who is someone who's not, usually catching the ball like that, had 4 receptions for 31 yards. And then they used all 3 backs. Clyde was involved. You had, obviously, Jerry McKinnon also still very much involved. But all around, man, the Chiefs' offense was just not what we are used to seeing. A lot of it was Toney's drops. Sky Moore, I don't even think had a single reception this game. He had 0.4 fantasy points, right?
Yeah.
1 carry for 4 yards. So all around, they just didn't get enough from their receivers. Now, I will say Rashid Rice caught a touchdown, and then Blake Bell caught one in the absence of Travis Kelce. But the Chiefs on 4th and 20. I was absolutely shocked they went for it on 4th and 25 from where they were at because it wasn't the 2-minute warning yet, and they had all 3 timeouts. So I thought for sure. I was even telling the friends I was watching, I was like, hey, no, they're gonna punt it here. They got 4 stoppages on the clock. There's no reason to go for it on 4th and 25.
It just had a stop right before that too.
And then one thing is we didn't even say this in the last one. We were talking about this. Juwan Taylor, man, was pretty much false. It was I don't know. He was doing something illegal last night, the whole game, and they pointed out, and it was the last play of the game where he finally got called for something.
Yeah, I think it was a false start, right?
Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
And he'd been doing it. He had been doing it all game, which is kind of unfortunate. But again, Chiefs just need Kelce back. They'll be fine. Lions, though, man. Let's just start off with Dan Campbell. You have a huge, massive set of balls. That's all I gotta say. Going for it. On a 4th down, fake punt in the first quarter in your own territory. That takes some balls, and man, could that have been different if they didn't convert that, because that's one of those plays. It's you look stupid if you go for it and it doesn't work out, but you look like a genius if it does. So you live or die by it, just like when you go for 2 at the end to win or lose, which is always nerve-wracking. But Jared Goff, solid game last night, 250 yards, only a touchdown. Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, I know both of them are going to be very involved this season. I think Jahmyr Gibbs was brought, didn't get enough that people would have wanted to see, but he is a rookie. I'm sure he'll be brought on slowly. They're both going to be involved. They drafted Gibbs with a 1st-round pick, paid Montgomery this offseason, but Montgomery is really good in between the tackles. 21 carries for 74 yards, and then he had the game-winning touchdown. I think it was the last touchdown of the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, it was.
Yeah, so that was that, and then it was from he ran it from 8 yards out, I believe.
Yep.
So solid run from David Montgomery, and then Josh Reynolds, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Absolutely amazing. Amon-Ra St. Brown, as we know, is just one of those top receivers in the league. And Josh Reynolds gave them a little bit of a lift as well. 4 receptions, 80 yards.
Averaging 20 yards per catch. That's amazing.
And their tight end, rookie tight end, wasn't bad. Sam Laporta has actually had a few nice catches. And Jahmyr Gibbs, 2 receptions for 18 yards. And one thing I will say is the Lions, yes, they did win this with Kelce out and Chris Jones sitting in the stands watching his team while he's not out there, which was wild to me. But this is still a great win for the Detroit Lions. Absolutely. This is a statement victory, in my opinion. Although, if you want to go ahead and put an asterisk on it, go ahead. But I'm not going to. I think you play who's in front of you, and then everything takes care of itself from there. But also, one thing I'm mad about: could have had $80 yesterday. Jared Goff. I needed 7 more yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown needed 1 more catch, and fortunately, didn't get either. So that was really bad. My parlay was literally right there, and it just couldn't come through. But anything you have to say about the Detroit Lions?
I mean, you've hit the nail on the head pretty much, but obviously Josh Reynolds came up big. A lot of people were upset about Jahmyr Gibbs not being utilized enough. He's a rookie. Just give him time. They'll definitely be getting him in the system and being more productive as the season goes on. David Montgomery looked great. I am very blessed to have him on one of my fantasy teams, but I was also playing him last night as well, while I have Cooper Kupp, Travis Kelce both out of one of my lineups, so I started Sky Moore. Big mistake. Should have put in Antonio Gibson and just waited till Sunday for the Commanders game. I'm very upset about that, but it is week 1. We'll give it time to develop and roll. I think Jared Goff did exactly what he needed to do last night. Obviously not a phenomenal stat line, 253 yards, 1 touchdown. But he did what he had to do to get the job done. Jared Goff has played in the Super Bowl. He's definitely a high-caliber quarterback. I feel like people have counted him out, especially when he did get traded to the Lions. A lot of people were just counting him out,
including myself. I'm not gonna lie. I was not Jared Goff will probably play there for a couple of years. They'll cut him or trade him, whatever. But no, he might have established himself as the franchise guy here, which is something I didn't really foresee happening, to be honest with you. Because I thought a lot of it was just playing with Sean McVay. Sean McVay is a genius offensive coach. So I thought, Goff just benefited off that. But obviously we saw last year he was phenomenal. And so the Lions, very impressive. I hope they can continue this and build off of this. But man, we got some more games. Not only did this, or unless you have something else.
I just want to ask, because we mentioned Brian Branch got hurt and he had the pick 6. What happened to him?
He had a non-contact injury or something like that.
Okay.
Play, but I never heard an update on him.
Because I had him, I mocked draft him, or I projected he'd go round 1.
And he went round 4.
Yeah, but Sure, was it round 4?
I believe it was round 4 or round 3.
Round 3 or something. But yeah, man, he's solid. I mean, look what he did last night. That was awesome. So.
Yeah, so shout out to the Lions, man. Great victory to start off their season. Obviously, as we said, the NFC North is absolutely wide open. And I just got to say, I don't blame you for thinking about starting Sky Moore last night because, hey, who's going to catch the passes on this team?
Right.
Tony got a lot of the targets, and it just...
Just not catching the ball. And then I was watching some fantasy stuff today, and just be patient with Sky Moore. But I was really thinking he was going to at least get 40, 50 yards receiving last night.
I would have thought, maybe if I was in your shoes and I had him, I would have thought the same thing. So.
Oh, I'm upset.
Glad I didn't have him, though.
Oh, dude.
Because I would have thought about it. I'd be like, oh, maybe I should start him tonight. But I had him on St. Brown last night, though. So
there you
that
go.
was solid. Although he didn't, I don't think he had a single catch in the second half, if I'm not mistaken, which was kind of wild. But I know he had targets, but
yeah,
whatever. So we're on to the Sunday games. Of course, we also have a Monday night game, which is going to be fun. We'll talk about that one as well. But we went over our predictions on Wednesday when Alex was not here. So now that we have him here, we're going to go ahead and look at these again. Alex and I are off to an 0-1 start because, as I said, we chose the Chiefs to win this one. Dustin and Jared start off 1-0. I don't know if there's anything that stands out to me as far as Alex's picks are concerned. We were kind of going over this, and he didn't have a single pick where he was on an island. I don't know how many games did we disagree on. So you and I are on the Giants. You chose the Bengals. I chose the Browns. We chose the Jags together, Vikings together, Saints together. We chose the 49ers together, Commanders together, Falcons. Yeah, it looks like we pretty much picked the same other than that.
The LA game. I'm pretty sure you picked the Chargers, right?
Oh, yeah, you picked the Dolphins. Okay, that game is going to be a lot of fun.
That game was tough. You picked the Bills, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And when I sent this list over to Brady, I did specify the Chargers and the Dolphins game was a tough one for me because even the New York and Bills game, I would not in a crazy scenario, not a crazy scenario, in a scenario the Jets win, the Chargers win, I'm down those two games, big whoop, you know what I'm saying? I definitely have full force. I saw Cowboys X Factor. I am so confident in my New York Giants this Sunday. I really am. Even if Darren Waller does not play, which we haven't mentioned, questionable with a hamstring injury. Unfortunate, obviously has a history of injuries. I maybe thought this year it would be different. Hopefully it's just a little something in the hammy. But I'm a little upset about it because I got him on 2 of my teams. I literally traded for him last night. I sent George Pickens to someone's team for Darren Waller. And right when I get Darren Waller, he's hurt.
We're already making trades before the season starts,
hey,
Alex.
this league I'm in has been one of the leagues I'm in. It's been trade central, bro. People want to talk shop.
I did that last year. Instantly regretted it. Thankfully, I was able to salvage it. But, yeah, man. I will never make a trade before the season starts again. I don't think. Because I literally just felt so stupid for the trade I made last year before the season started. But let's get into the games, man. Let's start with Bengals Browns. So we'll spend some more time on some of these and less time on others. So Bengals Browns. This one's going to be in Cleveland. Bengals are obviously going to be road favorites in this one. As far as who you got, I mean, we already know who we picked. So I guess the way we could do this is, what is your biggest question going to this one? Because Joe Burrow is playing, which is also a huge reason why I chose the Browns to win this one. But also something that I wasn't even really aware of is that the Browns have actually won 8 out of the last 10 against the Bengals. I saw. Yeah, that's what I've seen today.
Okay.
Well, that's why I mistakenly read it wrong, but I'm pretty sure I read it right. But Jamar Chase is already kind of chirping the Browns. So what's your biggest question going on this one? The
biggest question for me is the Bengals going to have the capability to stop the run game? The D line's pretty solid, obviously, but we know how the Bengals defense can look. With Deshaun being back, I do believe Deshaun Watson can get his groove back as a full-time starter with a full season. I think the Amari Cooper connection is going to be very strong. That's why I picked up Amari Cooper. So my biggest question is, how are the Bengals going to utilize to stop that run game? Because if they can't stop that run game,
Chubb running all over them.
Yeah, and the Browns' defense is honestly pretty damn solid. So
yeah,
I that's my biggest concern for the Bengals. I'm just scared to see what the defense is going to do. I do believe Joe Burrow is going to do his thing. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon obviously is going to be in the mix. But what about you, Brady? What's your thoughts on this game?
Honestly, I'm excited for a division rival game. Bengals Browns is always a fun one. Bengals started off really slow last year, so we'll see if they come in and are a little bit more. I've got fire under them a little bit more, and then it's just, what is Deshaun Watson going to look like? That's my biggest that's my biggest question going into this game. We've been asking it pretty much every time we talk about the Browns. Is Deshaun Watson going to return to form or not? That's the biggest thing, and I can't wait to see it. If I can get some eyes on this game, I want to see what Deshaun Watson is doing over there. Battle of the two Ohio teams should be a fun one. Texans versus Ravens. I don't got much to say on this one. Mark Andrews is questionable going to this one, so we'll see if he ends up playing. But the Texans have a rookie quarterback, CJ Stroud. They head to Baltimore. I just don't see a world where the Texans can win this one, honestly.
And I agree. I don't have much to say. I think Lamar's going to go out there and ball out. I do want to see something out of CJ Stroud, D'Amico Ryan being the head coach now. I think they have a chance to show the next level they're about to take this year. I did see Odell's hurt. Did you see that?
He also said that wasn't true.
It wasn't true? Oh, wow.
He tweeted something cryptic after, and people were speculating whether or not. I forgot what he said, but
who knows?
Basically hinted at the injury report not being true. I don't know.
Well,
he'll be out there.
I hope Odell plays at a high level this year.
Yeah.
I am high on him, but I don't got anything else to say about the game. I got the Ravens obviously.
I just want to
winning.
see how different the Ravens offense looks is my main thing.
With who's the new OC again?
Todd Monken.
Todd Monken. Okay, that's right.
Bucks Vikings. The Buccaneers head to Minnesota. I think the Vikings should take care of this one. I'm not going to say the Buccaneers can't win this one, but with Baker Mayfield, I've just kind of lost a lot of confidence in him, and I'm just not really going to be the one that's going to come out here and predict that he's going to go out there and resalvage his career. Hey, maybe he does. He does have a good wide receiver core over there with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. The biggest story over there is Mike Evans has not agreed to an extension with the Bucks, so we'll see if that ends up taking care of itself or not.
So is he sitting? Is he playing?
I don't think I've seen anything about him wanting to sit. I think it's just a matter of him wanting to be paid. But I think he'll be out there.
Yeah, a lot of NFL rumors. Mike Evans going to the Giants. I don't know if that's all true, but I will say, I think they're gonna have to lean on Rashid White a lot this game. The Bucks defense is usually pretty solid. I just think Kirk's gonna go out there and tear it up. It's a Sunday 12 o'clock game. Usually when he does best, prime time's not his thing. Let's be real.
That's a good
point. Justin Jefferson, obviously, I think it's gonna slice and dice. I definitely think Jordan Addison's gonna look pretty good for him. With T.J. Hawkinson out there, wasn't he questionable? Was he questionable still?
I'm not sure.
And I'm very interested to see what the Vikings defense can do this year. Obviously we know that's been their biggest problem. And they're playing a pretty good receiving core, so I think it's gonna be a decent game. But I do have the Vikings coming out on top, a good maybe 2-possession game.
Yeah, Minnesota's at home. I think they take care of business. And
easy.
Fun fact I will say is, do you remember when Kirk Cousins said you liked that, right?
Yeah,
well,
you like
that comeback against the Bucks.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, so maybe I don't know.
You like that? You like that? Oh, yeah. That's a good meme.
It is. It's great. That was a fun game. I remember.
Wow.
Panthers, Falcons.
Yeah.
This one is one of those ones that I feel like could go either way. But Falcons are going to be home favorites. I just can't come out here and predict Bryce Young to come out here and win Week 1. I think I heard a fun fact today that a rookie quarterback hasn't won for his first week. If I'm wrong on this fact, then definitely I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure I read it where it said a rookie quarterback hasn't won Week 1 since 2002.
Godly. Who was the quarterback?
I don't remember.
That's a crazy stat. It's hard to believe because I feel like Lamar maybe won his. Was he even starting?
No, he wasn't starting. That's why because then I also thought about Mahomes, but he didn't start till his next year,
Joe Burrow wasn't starting yet.
Or
right?
he was. He started right away.
He just didn't win. He didn't win. He started off pretty rough.
If that fact's not right, then
then please correct. But that's a crazy stat.
That's where I heard it. So I can't be the one that's gonna say. I'm curious to see what Bryce Young is going to look like. I'm curious to see what Miles Sanders is going to do. The Panthers already without DJ Chark in this one. He is out. Adam Thielen has been on the injury report this week as well.
Wow.
I do have Jonathan Mingo in fantasy, but I do not have the balls to start him Week 1, unfortunately. Although I will be down Christian Watson, but we'll get into that later. But
wow.
I think the Falcons, I want to see what Bijan. I want to see if Kyle Pitts is going to have a good year this year. Last year was disappointing. Drake London. Desmond Ridder. We really can't discount Bryce Young because Desmond Ridder on the other side is still a huge question mark in my opinion as well. But what you got? What do you think about this one?
Not too much. I know Brian Burns ain't playing, right? I don't even know. But they got J.C. Horn on.
I'm pretty sure he's not because I think he's pretty upset with them still right now.
Sure. Okay. So I'm just like Brady. There's not too much to touch on. The Falcons got a lot of pieces on defense this year. I'm really excited to see if Bijan can go out there and just live up to this hype, especially this fantasy hype. I picked him up on one of my fantasies because he fell to the second round, and I said, screw it. I mean, which is crazy because he's been going first round for a lot of drafts. Desmond Ridder, obviously a big question mark. They need to get I do want to see him get Kyle Pitts and Drake London more in the mix. We know Arthur Smith loves running the football. So that's really all I have on it. I feel like Bryce Young is going to show why he was first pick. I do. Even if he's not having some phenomenal game, I do think a guy like Bryce Young is going to figure out how to get his receivers the football. So, yep.
Next one, game of the week.
Game of the week, baby. Tune in, 12 o'clock.
Cardinals Commanders. Man, I just got to come out here and say, bro, Commanders, find a way to lose this one, and I'm not coming on.
Are you really not going to come on?
Dude,
we'll have Dustin running.
I literally might sit on it. I said this already, but if we lose, I'm sitting outside the door, and I will let you guys do the show because I don't even want to show my face. Literally, it sucks to feel this much pressure week one. But this is a team you should take care of. They're trading away Isaiah Simmons, trading away left tackle. Marquise Brown popped up in the injury report today. Maybe they sit him out. I think one of their other tackles is out too now. So the Cardinals clearly to me are going to try to tank this year. And this Commanders team obviously is going to be riding on some hot momentum. The arena or the stadium is sold out. And new ownership. The hype is real right now with Commanders fans. So come out and lose week one. That is not going to taste good. That's all I got to say. I'm just going to be so mad if that happens. We cannot lose this game. Josh Dobbs starting a quarterback. He just got there 2 weeks ago.
Did he come from the Cleveland Browns or something? That's
like
right. Man, honestly, Brady, I don't got much to say. Commanders are winning this game. I don't think you have much to worry about. Terry McLaurin's finally off the questionable list.
He's also playing. That's definitely a good
big
note.
Plus. I got him in one of my leagues. I got Jahan Dotson in one of my other leagues. I'm just so high on the Commanders. I don't see them losing this game at all. The Cardinals, I can't even name 8 people on their team, bro. I really can't. I love football, but Commanders are winning.
Buda Baker, Jalen Thompson,
Kyler Murray, Marquise Brown,
Zayvon Collins.
See, I'm already blanking, bro.
I'm
already.
Zach
James
Ertz,
Conner.
Miles McBride. James Conner. Clayton Tune.
See, I don't even, bro. We're just getting down the rabbit hole.
I'm curious to see what happens with Kyler Murray once we go later season. They said they're going to play him, but I wonder how long he'll be here, man.
We'll see.
Because they're going on a highway to nowhere.
Highway to nowhere.
But next one, AFC South divisional matchup, Jaguars, Colts. Jags head to Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson gets his first rookie start here. Trevor Lawrence and the Jags with Calvin Ridley come out. This should be an absolute fun game. I can't wait to see what the Jaguars offense is going to look like this year. This is a team that I have a lot of investment in the Jags this year. I think what we saw from them last year was super impressive, and I hope I hope they build off of it from what they did last year. And I think losing to the Colts in week one, who will be down Jonathan Taylor, would be very disappointing to start. But I'm curious to see what Anthony Richardson looks like, especially with no JT. But what do you have to say about this one?
I'm honestly not too high on Anthony Richardson yet. We obviously know he has crazy athleticism. Jaguars, when you look at their schedule, Brady.
Oh yeah, I've heard things about this. Go ahead, read it to me.
Okay, so that's preseason. Sorry,
you're good.
Sorry. So week 1 Jags, 2 Chiefs, 3 Texans. So 2 dubs easily, probably. Maybe it might beat the Chiefs.
Week 2.
Yeah, and they might beat them.
Yeah,
Falcons week 4, Bills week 5, Colts again week 6, Saints 7, Steelers 8, 49ers 9, Titans, Texans, Bengals, Browns, Ravens, Bucks, Panthers, and Titans, dude. So
I've heard that the Jags schedule is pretty easy this year.
Dude,
there's some tough ones in there.
Yeah, there's a good chance the Jags can win 12, 13 games. Looking at that schedule.
First seed in the AFC?
Oh, first team in the AFC?
First seed.
First seed?
Get the bye.
I mean, if they win 13 games, they might get it. But dude, there's been talks. I saw a video the other day. I forgot who the reporter was or analyst. He's talking about he's one of the Super Bowl favorites. But to me, that's still a big stretch. I definitely think the Jaguars are going to be a playoff contending team. I'm really not high on the Colts. I did pick up JT like round 7th or 8th in one of my drafts. So I went. It was D Swift, and then I just picked up it's 0.1 points per carry in this league. So I went ahead and picked up Jonathan Taylor just for a cushion. Maybe he comes back. Someone wants to trade. But man, the Jags are looking good. Brady, Calvin Ridley, excited to see him back.
Evan Ingram's back. They got Travis Etienne, Tank Bigsby,
Christian Kirk.
Should be a fun offense, man. The Jags should be a very fun watch this year. So I cannot wait to see how they look come Sunday.
Sure.
They should take care of the Colts on the road, but we shall see. 49ers, Steelers. I wish Dustin was here for this one because
he picked the Steelers.
He did.
Jared picked the Steelers too? No?
He's on island for this one. Dustin picked the Steelers. He said this is one of his favorite games of the week. I think the biggest thing is the preseason hype for Kenny Pickett has been, through the roof. He's looked very good. Steelers have been playing faster as well in the preseason, and things have just been clicking for them. They are going to be at home. They welcome in the San Francisco 49ers, who just paid Nick Bosa, so he will be on the field. So that should be a fun little factor there. Brock Purdy, obviously, we shall see what he's going to look like in year number 2. But do you blame Dustin for picking the Steelers on this one?
Not at all. I mean, not at all. Honestly, not at all, Dustin. The Steelers, man, Kenny Pickett won 6 of the last 7 down the stretch. We obviously got a lot of bashful comments about picking Justin Fields over Pittsburgh.
I think they're both going to be great, though.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The Niners, we want to see Brock Purdy get under his feet and be the same person he was down that stretch and in the playoffs. They got all the weapons in the world. They got the defense. But the Steelers got a defense. The Steelers has weapons. I don't blame them at all. And there's a scenario the Steelers end up winning the football game. I would not be surprised, but I still have the Niners being highly
Jared,
favored.
you and I all chose the 49ers.
So
I think this is a fun one. I can see the Steelers, like Dustin has picked. I can see them winning this one. They're at home. The hype is real on them right now. Mike Tomlin, of course, still a fantastic head coach.
Yep.
But should be a fun game. I mean, I don't really have any. I just want to see both teams and see what we're about to see going into this year. Or is Brock Purdy going to continue? And is the hype for Kenny Pickett going to be real? Basically?
Yeah, I agree.
But one of my least favorite games of the week is Titans Saints. Not gonna lie, it is in New Orleans. I don't know, man. There's something about the Titans. I feel like I hate too much in the Titans, but there's something about their team I just don't.
It's just not like when you look at it on paper, you're not just like, wow, this team's phenomenal. I mean, we got Derrick Henry back. Who's even starting? Is Tannehill starting?
I think, literally, dude, you're not the only one that's asked me. There's been so many people that ask me who's even starting on the Titans anymore, and it's Tannehill for sure. It's Ryan Tannehill. Apparently, Malik Willis is the 2nd string, so Will Levis is the 3rd string, if I'm not mistaken. But I think Derek Carr and the Saints, they got Chris Olave, Michael Thomas will be healthy. Will he stay healthy? Find out next on whatever, because the man has not played a healthy season since like 2019 or something crazy like that.
Is Jamal Williams starting as the RB1?
Yeah, Kamara's going to be suspended. Kendra Miller is struggling with injury, I believe. So
there's a chance I might have to start Jamal Williams.
Yeah, I would start
for my questionable players, but Saints defense is still rocking, still looking good. The Titans defense, not bad. But obviously, me and Brady, I don't know what Dustin.
I think we all chose the Saints. I think we're all Saints on this one.
I just don't see why anyone out there could ever be high on the Titans right now.
Yeah.
D-Hop, what's D-Hop gonna do?
One thing I will say that I'm excited about with D-Hop now, did you see the report that he reached out to like 4 teams and no one got back to him? Basically,
like before he signed.
Yeah, before he signed the Titans. Wow. There was 4 different teams he reached out to, and no one responded. Basically,
maybe some fuel to the fire.
He said, "Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think D-Hop might be playing with a chip on his shoulder potentially." When he said he can't wait to play those teams, and he can't wait to show what he's still about this year. And I think even myself kind of discounts D-Hop. I'm not very high on him anymore. And I think the suspension last year and just how bad the Cardinals were maybe is kind of the reason for that. So I think in my head, there's no reason why D-Hop can't still be fantastic and elite wide receiver. He is like 29 or 30 at this point, but obviously Devontae is still up there, is around that age too. So yeah, there's no reason why D-Hop still can't be good. It's just the situation, I think, for me, where I'm just not high on the Titans at all. But Derek Carr and the Saints, I think them getting off to 1-0 start, getting to a fast start with this NFC South being wide open, I think this is a must-win for them too. Although Mike Vrabel and the Titans, I won't discount them because I do like Mike Vrabel as a coach. Yeah. But I think the Saints take care of this one.
Me too.
We'll see. Raiders, Broncos.
We disagreed on this one.
I'm the only one that chose Broncos.
You're on an island?
I'm on an island for this one. Okay. Everybody else chose Raiders to win this.
Well, Brady, go ahead. I know you are not counting Russell Wilson out. I want to hear your reasoning why. First off, who's home?
It's Broncos.
Broncos, okay.
Which is why I did this. Because Broncos, they obviously got the altitude on them, or they have that factor. And I just believe at home with Sean Payton being there, I just am believing that the Sean Payton thing is going to fix Russell Wilson. That's my main belief. Now they are going to be without Jerry Jeudy, so that's going to be unfortunate. But so Sutton will have to step up. But I just feel like the Broncos are going to be a different team this year. I think the hype will be better, or not hype because there's no hype on them anymore.
No.
But I think they're going to bounce back. I don't think it could get any worse than what we saw last year. I think starting off 1-0 against a division rival, they'll welcoming in the Raiders. Now if this was in Vegas, I would have had a harder time choosing it. But them starting at Mile High, I just feel like the Broncos have all the reasons in the world to come out here and win this one in week 1. Raiders will be without Chandler Jones as well. Not that that's like a big thing, but that's just something that popped up in my head. Like I said, Broncos will be out Jerry Jeudy. I don't know, man. I'm just riding Russell Wilson right now. And I may look stupid for that, but we'll see.
You're right. Let's ride.
Yeah.
Man. This is another game where it could go either way for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm definitely interested to see how Jimmy G can like utilize all the talent he has on that side of the ball, especially with Devontae Adams being there. I think Devontae definitely solidified last year. It don't matter who's throwing him the football. He's going to get the job done. Very excited to see Josh Jacobs again. I do want to see Josh Jacobs do what he did last year. Max Crosby being back. Who was the Texas Tech guy that was in the draft?
Who they took at the top?
Yeah.
Tyree Wilson.
Tyree Wilson. I am very excited to see him as well on that defense. Raiders D-backs. We'll see what's in store for them.
Dustin's very high on them, I will say.
He is. And then, you look at the other side. Denver's defense is still very solid. Patrick Surtain. Justin Simmons.
Yeah.
He's still there?
Yeah.
So, Brandon Gregory.
Yep.
Who was the other DN?
I'm blanking. I don't even know the Broncos. I don't know. It's kind of weird that I don't know many defensive players on the Broncos.
But, man, this could go both ways. I'm excited. It'd be cool to see Russell Wilson set the tone and be back like himself. But I'm honestly counting him out. I am. I am.
I'm also excited to see Devontae versus Patrick Surtain because last year in the overtime game, Devontae got the best of him. So
yeah, we
shall see if PS2 bounces back from that.
Yep.
Next game, Eagles-Patriots. We all chose the Eagles. They do head to Foxborough. I'm just not really sure what to think of the Patriots. They're always going to be, I think, I will never say the Patriots are, with the team they are right now, I wouldn't say that like, oh, they're only going to win like 4 games. I think they're one of those teams that I think the floor is like 7 wins. Like they're going to be good enough to get like 7 wins, I think. Ramondre Stevenson is questionable going into this one, so we shall see if he plays. They're definitely going to need him because I'm assuming they're going to play from behind in this one.
Mm-hmm.
And Stevenson is very good at, obviously catching. Zeke is not, Zeke's okay at it, but not really his specialty. But it should be a fun one. I still think the Eagles come out here and win this one. They continue the momentum they had from last year. But what an upset it would be if the Patriots came out and won week 1, I will say.
Both teams that play in the Super Bowl go starting 0-1.
That would be Super Bowl hangover real.
Yeah. So like the Patriots, they got Belichick, so that's why I never really like count them out. But Eagles, man, I just got them with flying colors this game. I just don't see a scenario where the Patriots win. I feel like they're gonna have to get pass heavy. It's gonna really test Mac Jones. Obviously, Mac Jones didn't have a phenomenal year, but I'm not gonna sit here and count out Mac Jones considering he's only been in the league for 3 years now. So. I'm gonna go ahead and rock with the Eagles. Jalen Hurts, I think he's about to have a phenomenal year. Devontae Smith. If you have Devontae Smith or AJ Brown on your fantasy team, or even Jalen Hurts, man, congrats to you, man.
Should be fun.
I think you picked up some solid people. So, yeah.
Next one, the other game of the week, Rams Seahawks. Yeah, I mean, Rams are going to be without Cooper Kupp. Seahawks will have Jackson Smith and Jigba out there as well. There was reports that, or there was talks that he was probably going to miss a few weeks, but no, he's coming out there week 1. I don't really have much to say about this one. I'd be absolutely shocked if the Rams won this one. Seattle at home, no Cooper Kupp. I just don't like the Rams roster at all right now. I think, after this season, depending on how things go, they're going to be clear rebuild mode, whether Aaron Donald's retiring or they're trading him, whether they're trading Kupp. I don't know. The future for the Rams is very, very just bleak. I don't know what to expect, but Seahawks win this one. Don't even think it's a debate. I know a lot of people are still high on Cam Akers. That ship for me sailed last year. We'll see if he does play good this year, but I'm not high on him this year.
Yeah, I don't have much to say. I just want to say hopefully Geno can continue to do what he did last year. Seahawks, flying colors, definitely win this football game. Cooper Kupp, big blow for a lot of fantasy owners like myself. He's dropped to round 2, so I went ahead and picked him up. He's obviously out. Was in Minnesota getting his hamstring looked at by a specialist. And as a former football player, to travel all the way up north to get your hamstring looked at by a specialist in a different state is not a good tell sign.
Yeah.
So hopefully he bounces back. We don't want to see Cooper Kupp out much longer.
Yeah, although there's talks about him going on IR, so we'll see. Hopefully that's not the case. But next one, these next 4 games, I'm super excited about. I think these next 4 games, obviously, there's 3 that look better than the other one. But Dolphins-Chargers, Dolphins head to the Chargers. Tua versus Justin Herbert should be an absolute fun one. I think this is the second highest total team total of the week. From it was Lions Chiefs, but I think this one's the second highest if I'm not mistaken. But I chose the Chargers. You were on the Dolphins. I think this is a game that could go either way. The Chargers obviously have Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, and then of course the Dolphins have themselves Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. So I expect points will be scored in this one.
Yeah.
Although defense on both sides isn't bad either, especially the Chargers. The hype for the Chargers defense was crazy last year. Had some injuries. We'll see if maybe this year things are different.
J.C. Jackson's fully back.
Yeah, so hopefully he'll stay healthy this year.
Yeah, this is one of those games I was telling Brady. I really don't know. It could go either way. I'm definitely high on the Chargers. I'm definitely high on the Dolphins. I just feel like with this receiving core, it's a little more promising than the Chargers receiving core because of the injury history, the age.
Yeah, Keenan Allen and Mike Williams always get hurt.
Always seem to get hurt, man. And I know Jalen Waddle was questionable. I'm not sure if he's good to go and cleared and ready to play. Obviously, the LA Chargers have the superior back with Eckler. Both sides of the ball, or both defenses are phenomenal. Jalen Ramsey not being there is a big blow. I think they'll be fine, though. I definitely think the Dolphins got a little one up with that receiving core. But in a crazy scenario, not a crazy scenario, just a scenario, LA wins it. I'm down a game. Big whoop. But, man.
Yeah, it's a fun one. I mean, this is a game I want to have eyes on. Points will be scored, as I said. And I'm curious to see what both teams look like going into this season. The next one, NFC North battle, Packers versus Bears. So another division game here. Honestly, this one is one of those games where I'm super excited about it because I feel like both teams have a lot of mystery behind them. Where the Packers obviously no Aaron Rodgers. Now Christian Watson will be out for this game. Him and Romeo Doubs are both on the injury report this year. I actually drafted Christian Watson in the 4th round. I was so high on him this year. And lovely that he has injuries already. I did not foresee that happening. Although he struggled with injuries a lot last year, so I guess I shouldn't be too shocked.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Packers will be without him. But I'm serious. I'm so excited to see what the Bears look like. I want to see what the Packers look like. So this is a game I'm 100,000% watching. No debate. I'm putting it on. I want to see what both sides look like. I'm so excited for this one. Jordan Love, Justin Fields. What are these two going to do? Are either one of these guys going to be playoff teams or not? I mean, there's a lot of question marks in this one, but I'm super hyped about it.
For sure. And with Chicago coming out, you got DJ Moore out there with Justin Fields. Big pickup. Got DJ Moore for fantasy. To be honest, I'm not trying to bag on the Packers. I never have bagged on the Packers, but I'm not high on them at all right now. I don't know what to expect from Jordan Love. You got Christian Watson out. Dobbs, however you say his last name out. So
he's actually questionable.
Questionable.
Right now, not out yet.
Jair Alexander at corner is obviously the biggest thing for them. Man, I just it's a good game. I don't got much to say about it. I do want to see these young quarterbacks flourish because I want the future to be set and promising.
Especially in the NFC, we need some good young quarterbacks over here because they're all in the AFC.
God, bro. And Justin Fields, man, not counting him out. People have been bagging on him. Never been in a good situation. Never had the coaching. Let's see what Justin Fields can do this year. I am high on Justin Fields.
And as we know, the Packers have pretty much owned this rivalry for the most part with Aaron Rodgers being here. So is there a page turned in this one? And the Bears start to take over.
As Dustin said, Aaron Rodgers owned them, not the Packers. But man, bro, I want to see. Let's see, like the 1980s Bears type team come back. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be cool.
That'd be crazy.
They added a lot on the defense with the cap space. So
yep.
Should be a fun one though. I'm excited about it. But we move on to the 2 primetime games. Of course, we got Alex's Giants playing the Dallas Cowboys Sunday Night Football. Should be an absolute fun one.
Man.
Alex and I, which by the way, all of us chose the Bears, so all of us are predicting that the Bears start to go on a trajectory this year. We'll see if we're wrong. But as far as Cowboys and Giants are concerned, you and I are on the Giants. They're at home. I believe in the hype of Brian Dable being there. And I'm just, I'm kind of a Cowboys hater, which is why I'm kind of hoping the Giants win this one. But should be a fun one still. It sucks if Waller's not going to play. We shall see if that's the case or not. But I mean, obviously, I probably should have stopped talking a long time ago. You need to have the floor right now. It's your Giants.
Man, bro. If we lose this game, I'm gonna be turning off my fucking phone, bro. No one's gonna be hearing from me. I am sick and tired of hearing the same punchline and story. The Cowboys this year. It's this year. It's been your year since 2013, bro. So let's just stop the bullshit, please, for 1 second. I'm not a Cowboys hater. I do pay due respect, but this is how I look at it. The Cowboys got Tony Pollard as officially their number one. They got Brandon Cooks over. Rather than that, what have the Cowboys done to get better?
Gilmore.
Okay, Stephon Gilmore. I'm sorry, I do stand corrected. Stephon Gilmore, which I'm not gonna sit here and say Stephon Gilmore is not the same guy. He was with the Colts, so obviously not a good scenario for him at all. When he's with the Patriots, just fully
Absolute
locked down, dog. Can't take that away. But the Giants, man, Isaiah Simmons drafting Dante Banks, getting Jalen Hyatt, getting Paris Campbell. Yes, Darren Waller's questionable. Saquon coming back on a 1-year extension. Daniel Jones in his contract. Finally has a second-year coach who's developing him as a player. We got Wink at DC. We got Joe Sheen at general manager again, bro. Like the odds are in my opinion. The New York Giants have the edge right now. The New York Giants do have the edge. Yes, we have to see what happens this Sunday. And then Xavier McKinney full and healthy. Dexter Lawrence extension. Leonard Williams extension. Azeez Ojulari's healthy. Kayvon Thibodeau's back, baby.
Like the whole roster.
Bro, man, I fucking just about can. Michael Schwartz at center. Andrew Thomas is back. Evan Neal is back. Let's fucking go. I just feel like the Giants have done enough this offseason to become the favored over the Giants. I'm not so sure about the Eagles yet, but man, bro, I feel like this is going to be a great game to watch. I think everyone should be tuning in 7:20 p.m.
It's a classic, man.
It's a classic.
We always get the Cowboys-Giants early in the season on Sunday Night Football, so I'm excited for this one, man. I'm excited. I want to see if the Giants can come out here and take down the Cowboys week one. I'm picking it, so we'll see if it works out.
One more thing I will say, yes, the Cowboys have been owning the Giants for many years now. Dak Prescott has been owning the Giants for many years, but I think the tables are about to turn, bitches, so let's fucking go.
There's a lot of tables I hope turn this year as well, but all right, man. Last game, Bills-Jets, Monday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers in a Jets uniform. The Bills travel to MetLife. So yeah, we'll actually have both New York teams are at home this week, which is cool.
Yeah.
But Bills, Jets, man, this should be a fun one. Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. What is it going to look like this year? Josh Allen and the Bills absolutely went out sad last season. Things did not go the way they wanted them to. They drafted Dalton Kincaid. Of course, the Jets did a number of things. Signed Dalvin Cook, Mecole Hardman. They've done a lot of different things. The Jets have done over there, but. I am on the. I think I chose the Bills to win.
I chose the Bills to win.
So we're both on the Bills.
I chose the Bills to win.
Dustin and Jared who chose the Jets. So this is one of those games that could go either way, obviously. But I'm just gonna choose Josh Allen and the Bills because I don't know what to think. Or I mean, I know what to think of the Jets, but I don't know what it's gonna look like yet, basically.
Yeah, and I was talking on the phone with a buddy last night. I think Aaron Rodgers is rejuvenated. He's ready to go.
He looks very motivated. I will say.
Yeah. He's doing what you should do as a veteran player in the NFL. He's connecting with his younger players on the roster.
Which was always a problem they said in Green Bay where I remember Romeo Dubs had an interview last year where he said, or one of the young wide receivers said they don't really talk outside of, just practice.
Maybe Aaron Rodgers is just growing as a person. Maybe that 3-day dark retreat has helped him. But I will say, man, I'm excited for Breece Hall. I'm excited for Dalvin Cook. I do have the Bills winning this game. I think Stephon Diggs is going to have a phenomenal game. Josh Allen's going to show what he does. Bills defense, obviously Jordan Poyer's back. We could go down the list, but I think it's going to be.
Hyde will be back too.
There you go. So I think out of every game this week besides the Giants and Cowboys, Niners and Steelers, this is my favorite game of the week, man. It really is. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a high scoring game for sure.
Yeah. So. Points should be scored. I mean, it's just a great way to end off week one. But I can't wait, man. Tomorrow's Saturday. Then we got Sunday. Get to wake up, watch football all day, man. It's the best time of the year.
I got to go to
work.
Move.
I just You gotta find a way to get out of that,
dude. I will say I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna talk to my boss, be like, hey, I know I got Friday and Saturdays off coming up soon. Can we maybe make it Saturday, Sunday? Like, I've done a lot for this company, stepping up into a leadership role out of the blue because we had some things happen at work. We're getting off football, but I need Sundays off, baby. I need to wake up, turn on my fucking laptop, and put on Red Zone, and that's all I'm doing. Don't call me, don't bug me. I'm locked in on my fantasy team. If my fantasy team performs bad, I'm pissed. If my Giants lose, I'm pissed, bro.
Bro, literally, the next few months, my emotions, my mood are gonna be based off my fantasy team and my favorite in the Commanders. So
it's crazy. It's hard being a man, but it's so easy being a man because all we need is football, fantasy, and our team to win, and we're in a good mood. Fuck what else is happening.
Dude,
fuck the bullshit.
Literally. I'm so happy I got into football when I did.
Man.
Because I didn't always watch it growing up, but, man, it's been some of the best times of my life now.
For sure.
But I think that's going to do it. So this was a fun one. We will see you guys for next week's episode. Of course, we'll recap everything. We'll go over everyone's records, who came out on top in week 1. But do you have anything else to add before we go?
Nope, I said it all, man.
All right, man. This is In the Slant. We'll see you on the next one. Saying peace.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and click here to subscribe and, of course, to watch some more.